Welcome to the deep dive. I just want to wish you a great day and really acknowledge that the knowledge we are about to unlock is of the highest importance to your ongoing digital security. Today, we're giving you a critical, concentrated piece of knowledge that it perfectly complements our December-long annual cleanse series. If you've been following along, you know we are ruthlessly securing, organizing, and decluttering our digital lives. Remember, new episodes of that series come out every Wednesday, so make sure you save the main playlist. It's linked right there in the description and in the pinned comment. So, yeah, enjoy this bonus piece of knowledge.
It really is a bonus. If our recent cloud storage audit episode revealed just how many files you own, this deep dive addresses the immediate threat posed by those files. We're tackling, probably the most vital yet often overlooked component of cybersecurity: forgotten file sharing vulnerabilities.
So our mission today is to become digital ghostbusters. We're going to unpack the, frankly, terrifying risks of abandoned shareable links, the keys you left under the digital doormat.
And crucially, provide you with specific, actionable steps.
Exactly. Actionable steps for discovery and prevention across Google Drive, Dropbox, and OneDrive. This is how we seal up those ancient backdoors for good.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's unpack this core issue. I know for a fact I have at least 5 links floating around from like 2017.
Oh, everyone does.
Yeah, with old tax documents or maybe a draft of a sensitive presentation. We all rely on convenience, but what happens when that convenience outlasts the necessity?
That is the central issue, and it applies to everyone. From an individual sharing a vacation photo album all the way up to a Fortune 500 company collaborating on proprietary designs. We call the fundamental risk the perpetual access risk.
That sounds ominous. Define that for us.
It's the simple fact that when you share a file quickly, often using that setting anyone with a link can view, you are creating a vulnerability that just exists indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
These files persist, they don't expire, and they remain accessible until you manually go back and revoke them. This creates this long-term security liability that often lies forgotten, sometimes for years.
So the danger isn't that someone might guess the super long, complicated link. The danger is that the link, once it's been used, is already out there. It's embedded in an old email, a defunct Slack channel, or worse.
Exactly. And the consequence is what we call the data exposure threat. That forgotten link is a live, functional URL. If that link is discovered, accidentally or maliciously, it grants instant, unauthenticated access to your data.
Wow.
Think about it. No password, no 2FA, no logging in, just click and see.
And this is where the real-world examples become just terrifying. The sources you found highlighted a really stark case study where a major corporation accidentally leaked internal proprietary documents via a forgotten Google Drive link.
And that information remained publicly accessible for 3 full years.
3 years.
3 years. That's 3 years of competitors having free access to their blueprints, their internal financial models, strategic plans, you name it. The sheer cost in terms of lost IP and competitive edge would likely run into the tens of millions.
And it all started with one click.
It wasn't just a momentary lapse. It was a long, slow bleed of proprietary data, all because one temporary file share was never turned off.
It's the ultimate digital oversight. It's like mailing a secret blueprint to your rival, but instead of sending it just once, you just leave the entire filing cabinet on the curb with a sign that says, "Help yourself."
That's a perfect analogy.
So let's dig into the mechanics of this. We use these links because they're convenient, but that convenience seems rooted in a design that is, from a security standpoint, fundamentally broken. Is this a design flaw or just a feature gone wrong?
It's a convenience feature that fundamentally bypasses standard security models. It happens in 3 key steps, and they're common across all the major cloud platforms. So step 1 is link generation. When you or any user selects share via link, the platform creates a unique, highly complex, shareable URL.
Right, the string of random letters and numbers.
Exactly. But step 2 is the critical moment: authentication bypass. This is the core mechanism. These unique links are specifically designed to serve as their own authentication token.
So the link is the password.
The link itself is an automatically generated, extremely long, disposable password. Because it's so complex, it's virtually impossible to guess. But if it ever leaks, the gate is wide open. Anyone with the URL accesses the files without any traditional security verification.
So you're telling me that these massive platforms are essentially using this URL as a temporary but also permanent silent password. Why on earth wouldn't they just build in a default, say, 30-day expiration date?
That's the critical design omission. And it leads directly to step 3, indefinite persistence. Unless you manually go back into the sharing settings and hit that disable button, that link remains active. The default setting is effectively share forever.
Share forever.
And the sources confirm this is the major technical flaw. It's what allows organizations to have highly sensitive data public for years without ever realizing it.
And how do these complex secret links actually leak? I mean, they don't just magically appear on a Google search, do they?
They absolutely can. While the links are hard to guess, they are not hard to harvest. They leak in multiple ways. A user posts the link into a public help forum, or they embed it in an old company wiki that later becomes public.
Oh, I've seen that.
Or they share it on a service like Pastabend or GitHub during a troubleshooting session. Once a search engine's crawler stumbles upon that public-facing text, it indexes the link. And suddenly that secret URL is easily searchable, making the file public to anyone who knows how to look for it.
So we know the ghost keys exist, and we know how they leak. Now comes the hard part. How do you find a ghost in your cloud storage? We need a systematic audit, not just a casual glance through old folders.
Right, you need targeted discovery methods, which differ slightly from platform to platform. Let's start with Google Drive, where our data shows this problem is probably most rampant just due to its collaborative nature.
Okay. You mentioned 4 methods earlier. Let's make sure we are focused on the most effective ones for people listening.
The first step is the simplest but also the most laborious. Audit shared views. You have to systematically review your shared with me, and if you use it, your shared drives views. You need to check the sharing status file by file. This is crucial for small teams or individuals.
But for massive accounts, or if you suspect a link has been indexed by a search engine, that manual approach won't work.
No, not at all. So the second, more advanced method is utilizing search engine indexing queries. You can use specific search operators like site.drive.google.com, folder, or shared in a search engine to see what Google itself has already indexed.
And you can find your own files that way.
Potentially. If you manage a domain, using Google Search Console is even better. It will reveal indexed public links that belong to your organization. The goal is simple. If the search engine knows about the link, your security is already compromised.
And for organizations with thousands or hundreds of thousands of files, manual searching is just impossible.
That brings us to the third method, deploying third-party tools, things like SysCloud or Stinone. These are specialized security solutions built to scan your entire Drive environment automatically. They give you comprehensive, real-time visibility into every exposed link, file type, and permission level.
That level of automation, I mean, it seems non-negotiable for serious risk mitigation.
It is. That visibility is key to preventing the kind of 3-year data leak we talked about earlier.
Okay, now moving away from Google, we need that same depth for the other major players. What about finding forgotten links in Dropbox?
Dropbox relies heavily on administrative oversight. For your individual files, you navigate to the Shared tab, and you review all your active links and their current permissions. But if you're managing a business account, you absolutely must use the admin console for that enterprise-wide visibility.
And how do we analyze those lingering links efficiently? Is there a good method?
Yes, you should focus on exporting sharing reports. These reports let you analyze key data points, who the file owner is, the creation date of the link, and maybe the last modification date. By sorting these reports, you can quickly find links created years ago by users who've since left the company.
Ah, so those are prime candidates.
They are prime candidates for immediate revocation.
Okay, that clarifies the report analysis for Dropbox. Finally, let's look at OneDrive discovery in the Microsoft ecosystem.
OneDrive has some pretty robust internal tools, but they require active use. On specific files, you want to use the Manage Access feature. It shows you exactly who has link access and what kind of permissions they hold. And again, in an enterprise setting, the Admin Center provides those comprehensive sharing reports.
Is there anything unique to OneDrive?
There is one feature that's incredibly useful, the activity feed. This lets you track exactly when links were created and, critically, when they were last accessed. If a link hasn't been touched in 6 months or a year, that's a very strong indicator that the project is dormant and the link should be shut down.
We've just looked at the pretty complicated multi-platform process of auditing Finding those ghosts requires systematic effort, dedicated tools, and specific platform knowledge. If you are finding the systematic approach to digital security valuable and you want to make sure you don't miss the next step-by-step audit we release, we invite you right now to subscribe to our YouTube NCWEBDEV channel. Hitting that subscribe button ensures you're always one of the first to get the insights that save you time, effort, and potentially millions in liability.
Okay, so discovery is half the battle.
But the immediate action is revocation. We need to close those doors right now. What are the manual steps we should be taking today?
You must manually disable them. For Google Drive, you right-click the file, navigate to Share, and the easiest fix is to change the link setting from anyone with the link to restricted. This immediately requires authentication. Or, if the file isn't needed anymore, just remove link sharing entirely.
And for Dropbox and OneDrive, how does that revocation look? Is it similar?
Very similar. For Dropbox, you go to the file, hit Share, go to Link Settings, and you can either disable the link entirely, which is the safest route, or if the project is still running but it's temporary, you can set a specific expiration date.
And OneDrive.
Use the Manage Access feature. Same thing. Remove the link or set an expiration date. The principle applies across all platforms. Establish a regular review cadence, say monthly or quarterly, and revoke unused links immediately. Make it a policy to document why any given public link needs to remain active.
That takes care of the immediate individual threat. But for long-term survival, especially in a team environment, we need policy. So what are the 4 pillars of prevention that shift us from firefighting to proactive defense?
Pillar 1 is set expiration dates. If your platform allows it, always configure an expiration date on any shared link you create. This automates the whole process and eliminates that forgotten link problem.
Pillar 2 is limiting the damage up front.
Exactly. That's minimize permissions. Your default sharing setting must be view only. Avoid granting edit or download capabilities when sharing files publicly. This ensures that even if a link is discovered, the exposed party can't tamper with the original data or easily exfiltrate it.
And the final 2 pillars deal with systematic control and, I guess, the human factor.
Right. Pillar 3, regular audits are essential. We're talking systematic reviews, monthly or quarterly, with explicit assignment of responsibility. This can't be a side project. It has to be a mandated security function.
And the last one.
And Pillar 4, the one that's most often ignored, user education. You have to train all employees on the risks of public links and secure sharing protocols. Human error remains the weakest link in the chain.
Now, for large organizations managing thousands of files and thousands of employees, this isn't a checklist, right? It has to be automated. What do those advanced tools offer?
Automation is absolutely key to survival. Enterprises should deploy tools like Google Workspace Security Center or Microsoft Defender for cloud apps. These offer that comprehensive organizational visibility. The first thing you want to set up are real-time alerts for new public link creation.
So you get a notification instantly.
Instantly. If a user in accounting creates a public link to the budget, the security team needs an alert right away to review and approve or reject that decision before exposure occurs.
That's truly proactive, stopping the problem before it's even a problem.
And you can go further. You can integrate DLP or data loss prevention policies. DLP means you set up rules that automatically scan content, looking for things like credit card numbers, APA-protected patient data, proprietary source code, and then automatically block sharing if the file is too sensitive.
So the link can't even be created if the system detects sensitive data. That's powerful.
Exactly. And finally, don't overlook scheduled reports. Configure these to deliver weekly or monthly reports detailing shared file status directly to administrators. This forces a culture of proactive, scheduled security management.
We started with the theoretical danger. Let's end with the concrete financial and regulatory impact. What are the tangible examples that show why this matters right now?
The consequences are comprehensive. Look at the healthcare data breach case from 2024. A major healthcare provider exposed hypersensitive patient data via forgotten Dropbox links. Because those links were dormant in public for so long, a pure demonstration of that perpetual access risk, it led to a comprehensive federal investigation, significant fines, and just massive reputational damage.
And beyond the regulatory fines, what about competitive loss?
Well, we saw the brutal impact on innovation with the startup investor loss case. A really promising tech startup was in the final stages of securing major funding, but their confidential pitch decks and financial projections leaked through public OneDrive links. It was a classic case of data exposure. The leak eliminated their competitive advantage, it destroyed investor trust, and it led to the collapse of the funding round.
And conversely, what does success look like here?
Proactive prevention success is simply organizations saving millions of dollars a year by avoiding these breaches altogether. It means regularly auditing, using automated controls like DLP, and training users, so the organization's security posture shifts from reaction to preemptive defense. That's the core takeaway.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? The message is simple, but it's vital. A forgotten link is not a harmless oversight. It is an open, unauthenticated door to your organization's most sensitive data. The final goal is to close it now, today, before unauthorized access becomes a costly security incident.
So start the process now. Audit now. Revoke access on anything you can't fully justify and document, and implement policies immediately. Don't let your old convenience become your new expensive liability.
What specific steps do you plan to take today to secure your links? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining us for this essential deep dive. We hope this bonus knowledge helps you lock down your digital presence. As a reminder, the Digital Cleanse series playlist and the Forgotten Public Links checklist PDF, that's a document detailing all the specific steps and search queries we discussed today, are both linked in the pinned comment. Make sure you grab that PDF and start your audit. We invite you to tune in for the highly anticipated annual Digital Cleanse series finale next week. You will not want to miss it. We'll see you then.